Angelina Jolie's transgender son, Shiloh Nouveau Jolie Pitt, the first biological child of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, recently stepped out looking much different than her usual tomboy self. When Shiloh was just 2 years old, Angelina revealed that Shiloh wants to be a boy, and for years, we've gotten used to seeing Shiloh wearing boys' clothes and rocking a boyish haircut. But these days, Shiloh is looking very much different from what we're used to, and it seems like her tomboyish style was just a phase. So what's really going on with Shiloh, and why is her gender identity making headlines? Shiloh Nouveau Jolie Pitt was born on May 27, 2006, in Namibia, in the midst of an unprecedented media frenzy surrounding her parents' relationship. Angelina and Brad had been dating for a year at the time after they met on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and everyone wanted to know what the child of the most beautiful couple in Hollywood would look like. Angelina's first pregnancy generated intense media interest, so she traveled to Namibia, Africa, so she could have a peaceful birth and prevent the paparazzi from taking photos of the newborn. Angelina and Brad later sold Shiloh's first photos to People and Hello magazines for a total of $7.6 million and donated all proceeds to UNICEF. From the moment she was born, Shiloh has been under constant media scrutiny because of her famous parents. At first, the tabloids were mainly interested to find out which of her genetically blessed parents would Shiloh take after, but over time, the focus shifted to Shiloh's gender identity. The media started picking apart Shiloh's boyish style, which looked very different from the way Angelina's adopted daughter, Zahara, dressed. In 2010, Vanity Fair asked Angelina about Shiloh's tomboy style, and the actress said, "Shiloh, we feel, has Montenegro style. It's how people dress there. She likes tracksuits. She likes suits. She likes to dress like a boy." The actress added, "She wants to be a boy, so we had to cut her hair. She likes to wear boys' everything. She thinks she's one of the brothers." The tabloids and the fans on social media were desperate to put a label on Shiloh, and some of them even claimed Angelina was the one who decided to raise her daughter as a boy. The critics were saying it was all Angelina's idea from the start, since Shiloh was seen in boys' clothes when she was just 1 year old and way too young to have any say in the way she dressed. A lot of fans had very strong opinions about Shiloh's style and were writing mean things about Angelina, like, "She shouldn't be allowed to reproduce," and "She's disgusting." Life and Style magazine even ran a cover story asking, "Why is Angelina turning Shiloh into a boy?" and cited so-called experts like author Glenn Stanton, who claimed that little girls need guidance and that it was important to teach children that gender distinction is very healthy. These kinds of articles sparked controversy across media, and the National Center for Transgender Equality accused Life and Style of pushing outdated stereotypes. Representatives from GLAAD, the NGO founded to protest against discriminatory media coverage of LGBTQ+ people, also issued a statement and said that perpetuating gender stereotypes and targeting children for ridicule about the way they dress is unacceptable, regardless of their parents' celebrity status. Luckily, Angelina didn't pay mind to any family experts and their backward opinions. The actress explained in an interview with Grazia magazine that Shiloh was the one who cried for short hair and said she was simply letting her daughter express herself. Angelina never mentioned the word transgender and said she was just honoring her daughter's individuality. "I'm not going to leave it long because somebody thinks I should," said Angelina, and added, "I have a very strong-willed 4-year-old girl who tells me what she wants to wear, and I let her be who she is." The actress also said it's wrong for adults to expect kids to be a certain way, and that they should instead let kids wear what they feel like wearing and allow them to express themselves. In a statement to Reuters in July 2010, Angelina called Shiloh's fashion choices fascinating and again denied forcing any of her children to be something they're not. The actress said, quote, "I would never be the kind of parent to force somebody to be something they're not. I think that is just bad parenting." Angelina felt so strongly about letting her daughter self-identify that she was reportedly furious that Brad's conservative Republican mother, Jane, kept buying girly clothes for her granddaughter. A source told the Evening Standard in 2012 that it's well documented that Shiloh likes to dress like a boy, and yet Jane still insists on buying her fairy costumes and princess dresses, which Angelina finds very disrespectful. As for Brad, he was totally on Angelina's side and revealed in an interview with Oprah Winfrey that Shiloh wanted to be called a boy's name when she was just 2 years old. "She only wants to be called John or Peter, so it's a Peter Pan thing, and we've got to call her John," said Brad, and added, "You know, it's just that kind of stuff that's cute to parents, and it's probably really obnoxious to other people." A lot of people really did find it obnoxious and accused Brad and Angelina of using Shiloh to push an agenda. Some fans even speculated that Shiloh's fashion choices were her way of asking for extra attention, since even Angelina admitted at one point she had to put in a lot of effort not to ignore Shiloh's needs. Angelina explained that she felt so much more for Maddox, Zahara, and Pax because they were survivors, while Shiloh seemed so privileged from the moment she was born. I have less inclination to feel for her. I met my other kids when they were 6 months old. They came with a personality. A newborn really is a blob, said Angelina, and added that she had to be extra conscious to make sure not to ignore Shiloh's needs just because she thinks the others are more vulnerable. In an interview with the Daily Mail's You magazine, Angelina also echoed Brad's sentiment about letting Shiloh pick her own name as well as her clothes. The actress said, quote, "I don't think it's for the world to interpret anything. She likes to dress like a boy and wants her hair cut like a boy, and she wanted to be called John for a while. Some kids wear capes and want to be Superman, and she wants to be like her brothers. It's who she is." Angelina admitted that Shiloh's interest in androgynous style came as a bit of a shock to both her and Brad, but also added that the way her daughter dresses says nothing about who she is. "It's been a surprise to us, and it's really interesting, but she's so much more than that. She's funny and sweet and pretty, but she does love a tie," said Angelina. Since both Angelina and Brad made it clear that they didn't care about anyone's opinions on how they should raise their kids and defended their daughter's rights to express her individuality, the media focus on Shiloh faded for a while. However, the internet started talking about Shiloh again in December 2014 after she was spotted at the Los Angeles premiere of Angelina's movie Unbroken. 8-year-old Shiloh showed up dressed in a dapper suit and posed on the red carpet alongside her father Brad Pitt, brothers Maddox and Pax, and grandparents Jane and William. Following Shiloh's stylish red carpet appearance, fans and celebs gushed over how cute Brangelina's daughter looked. However, Shiloh's androgynous style also ignited a fierce debate on social media over gender identity and labels. It all started after Amber Rose referred to Shiloh as John and him in an Instagram post, writing, "How gorgeous is John Jolie Pitt, born into the perfect family for him." Amber also included the hashtag #TransKids in her post, which sparked a huge online backlash against her. The fans pointed out that Angelina and Brad had never put any kinds of labels on their kids and said Amber had no right to make assumptions about Shiloh's gender identity based on what she was wearing. Since Angelina and Brad separated in September 2016, Angelina has been keeping a very low profile, so Shiloh and the rest of the Brangelina kids rarely appeared in the tabloid media over the past few years. However, on January 9th, 2021, Shiloh stepped out in Los Angeles for a shopping trip with her mom and sister Zahara, and the media is once again talking about Shiloh's fashion choices. But this time around, it's not her tomboyish style that the tabloids are talking about, because 14-year-old Shiloh is now a far cry from the androgynous style she used to sport for years. Wearing cut-off denim shorts and a black hoodie with her long blonde hair tied up in a bun, Shiloh now looks like a typical teenage girl, at least compared to her former style. And while some fans are saying this just proves that Shiloh's tomboy phase was just a way of asking for attention from her super busy parents, whose divorce case is still ongoing, others are saying it's not that deep and that people should stop questioning kids about their gender identity and start realizing that style, haircuts, clothes, names, and interests don't have a gender. After all, there's no right or wrong way to be a girl, and as one fan put it, we should leave it to Shiloh's parents to worry about her future choices, because at the end of the day, whatever she will decide to do with her life is nobody's business, only hers. But now I want to know how you feel about this insane media obsession with Shiloh's style. Why are some people so quick to label others? Let me know what you think in the comments section down below.